loading. So our next exercise is feeding and digestion. Ano nyo? Wala pa.
Wala naman.
Okay. Exercise number 3. Okay. Let's start. That's feeding and digestion. So, the introduction.
Wala man, ma'am.
Wala ka.
Ano siya?
Wala pa.
Oh, isa. Kung ano to? O, isa kadali ha. Wala ay ano siya. Representing sa lang. Present, wait ha. Kani? Okay na? Okay na? Okay na siya or wala gihapon?
Na naman. Na naman.
Na naman.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your response. Okay, let's proceed to the outcomes. So at the end of the exercise, the student should be able to first is compare the digested tracts of several insects with different feeding habits. Then second, determine the rate of food passage in the cockroach as affected by different additives and temperature. So these are the materials for the exercise PA. We need cockroach, the adults and larvae of gabby hornworm, and cotton stain. So these are the dissecting sets and pans that we need in this exercise. We also need the mask, lab gown, then the gloves, and the dissecting set. Forceps, scissors, then scalpel, dissecting dish or the improvised melted candle, and the. So these are the materials for the exercise 3B, the rate of food passage. We need cockroaches. Not necessarily you will collect 36, but it's okay if you can collect 6 cockroaches because you just have to. We only have 3 treatments. So, but if you want that you have good sufficient number kay magka-strip sa'yo, you can add more of the cockroaches. So we have only 3 treatments. So we only need bottles of perforated covers with perforated covers, banana paste with red dye, can be hair dye or the kanang sa cloth na dye, micro syringes, 1% soap emulsion, and cooking oil. So the soap and the cooking oil will be our treatments for this experiment. So these are the procedures. First is we will starve the cockroaches for 24 hours, and then provide water for the first 12 hours so that the internal organs will be cleansed. Then second is feed the cockroaches with banana paste that serve as a control with the dye. Then third is fed with banana paste and cooking oil. Then fourth is feed with banana paste with 1% soap solution that will be maintained at room temperature. Then last is feed with banana paste kept in cold place. If refrigerator is not available, place in a bucket with ice. So this will be the setup will look like. So we have the banana paste plus dye, the first treatment, then paste plus dye and cooking oil, the second treatment, and the third is the banana paste plus dye plus 1% soap. So this is the video for on how to dissect the cockroach. I will send to you so that you will have a guide on the facilitate the dissection of the specimen. Loading na po siya. So I will loading siya. Yan na lang. Now. Dili mo yung hindi mo share.
Ang puti na lumulong na.
Hindi man siya. Wait. Entire screen. Nakita na ninyo ang video?
Wala pa, ma'am. Ako na, ma'am. Kana, ma'am.
Okay. This is the start pa lang na siya. So, pangita na nila ang multi-conjugables. So, before you dissect the insect, you should anesthetize them. It can be 70% alcohol, or you may put them in a cold storage like refrigerator or any ice bucket so that they will anesthetize. Then, cut the abdomen area onto the thorax, the center, the midline. Be careful because the insect will escape. Then after that, it can be at the dorsal. So, ang kanang ilang kuan sa ventral na siya. Pwede po din sa dorsal ko dito sa iyang kuan. Babaw kay para madali ra ma-view ang iyang alimentary tracts. Alimentary tract. Okay. Then, you slowly open or ipin ang exoskeleton. Spinal thorax. Ano siya?
Nag-laboratory.
Then pin. Then mo na to. Open na. Open. Slowly open. Cut. Then, slowly, then pin the cuticle or the exoskeleton or the integument. Then, so that you can readily view the internal organs of the insect. Okay. So, that's all for the dissection. Okay, let us return to our lab excerpt. Lab excerpt 3. So we're done with the dissection part. So we have also the pictures on the step-by-step dissection of the insect. So it can be removed, the wings can be removed, or then cut the legs, then pin, and then open the the skeleton. Then put water so that those fat bodies may be will be ang galon gani. What are the guide questions to be answered? We are in the exercise 3. 3 na siya. 3A, what are the differences you observe in the digestive tract of different insect orders? Second is, what are the differences related to the food they eat? Explain why. For the 3B, what food substrate travel faster in the alimentary tract? As we recall that the treatments for the substrates are the banana paste with oil and banana paste with the oil and the nakalimutan ko sa isa. Sorry, kaya tabi, nakalimutan ko sa isa. Adara. Soap, banana paste with soap. Then, second is, what happened to the food in the tract under cold storage? In which the banana the insect was put on the cold storage before they are being dissected. So, any questions?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, yes.
Pwede may mga ayos sa video, ma'am? Pwede may mga ayos sa
sure.
video, ma'am?
I will upload the PowerPoint presentation, including the video, on our group chat so that you may readily access those files.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ako na lang, oo. So, let's proceed to exercise 4 to 6. Okay ra sa inyo, ha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, dali na lang ni. Saan ka dali, ha? Okay. Did you already, na-flash na ang lab exercise 4? Wala pa, no?
Wala pa, ma'am.
Okay. we will proceed on the toxicology part with the exercise. So the insecticide um, label and safe handling. So Dr. Basis already discussed to you the different kinds of insecticides? Or nag-start na mo attend o class ni Ma'am Dr. Vasquez? Wala pa.
Ako lang itong kopyahon pa.
Nag-start na, ma'am, gahapon.
Oh, Mayo. So you're quite familiar with the different kinds of insecticides. But now we will have our exercise on the different labels and safely handling of the pesticides. For the learning outcomes, know the content in an insecticide label, then learn the proper handling and disposal of an insecticide. So before we do that, in the insecticide label, insecticide, the labels that can be observed or be seen in the pesticide itself are the product information, the safety information, the directions of use, and environmental information. So materials for this exercise are insecticide of any formulation. So this is the procedure. First is secure any insecticide with intact label. If actual item is not available, another option is to browse in the internet and look for images of insecticide and its complete label. So in your place, do you have agri-vet supplies na no? Or do you have any pesticides that are being procured by your father or any relatives?
Naa, ma'am,
Nakita na
naa.
mo mga kuha ng mga pesticides. So
Naa, ma'am.
it's easier for you na. Then second is read the label carefully and examine if the major information are stated in the label. So you prepare a table with the 4 major information and the details under each section. Indicate whether present or absent. So these are the labels that can be seen or observed in the pesticide in the package or the packaging. So we have the trade name, the formulation,
Dupont.
the mode of action,
Dali.
the manufacturer, FP registration number, the toxicity color label. We also have the manufacturer, the DuPont TM, then the active ingredient, the inert ingredient, and the net content. And also we have at the back of the pesticide, we can see the precautionary statements, the first aid, the directions for use, and the storage and disposal. So these are the guide questions that you need to answer from 1st to 10. So first question is, why is it important to read insecticide labels before using it? Second, what is in the product? Third, how can the product be used safely? Fourth, what should I do if it gets into my eyes, mouth, lungs, on the skin? Fifth, what special restrictions are placed on this product to protect the environment? Sixth, what should I wear? Should I use gloves when I use this product? 7. How and where should I use the product? How much is okay? 8. How does the product have to be stored? 9. What should I do with leftovers and that I don't need? 10. How can I get in touch with the company? Well, that's all for the exercise 4. Any questions? The same. Do you have any questions? And so far? Naa? Do you have any questions? Wala?
None, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let's proceed to exercise 5. Thank you for your response. Okay. You can already view the slide or not yet? Can you view the slide na? Or dili pa?
Dala ma'am, dala.
Okay na?
Okay.
Okay. So this is for the lab exercise number 5, the insecticide formulation. So the different types of formulation, as what Dr. Vasquez discussed, we have the dust, granules, liquid formulation or emulsifiable concentrate, the flowables, the wettable powders, the soluble powders, the poisonous baits, fumigants, aerosols, encapsulation. So what are the learning outcomes for this laboratory exercise? First is familiarize the different insecticide formulations. Second, know the characteristics of different formulations and their advantages and disadvantages. The materials for this exercise, insecticides of different types of formulation. So these are the samples of the insecticides that we've acquired. The Furidan granules, the Juponlanate, then the Dicing. So that's the granules and then okay, the procedures. Here insecticides with different types of formulation. If could not be done, refer to your tubes or similar materials demonstrating types of insecticide formulation. Second, observe what happened after each of these formulations is mixed with water either as a liquid or solid ones. Third, record or all your observations. Right. So, as you can see, these are the different kinds of formulation, and as they are mixed with water, the suspension or the mixture changes its color. For the nate blue color, the Furadan, the right one, the black at the center, is the diethane.
Boy, kumpiyansa
Why the
ako.
color changes? So you may explain that one. So the questions to be answered: what are the most common formulations available in the market? So you may go to the nearest aggregate supplies. The second, which insecticides you think mostly preferred by farmers and why? Third is what are the advantages and disadvantages of each formulation? So that's all for the lab exercise 5. Any questions?
Isa?
May sumpas lang manok.
Isa?
Bigyan.
Tay.
Ba't din Will?
May butar ka?
Matungkol naman ni Hapon.
Kapalit ka ba yung kuwan?
Wala?
Mag-defying glass?
Wala, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for your response. Okay, let's continue. This will be our last exercise na.
Tag-30.
Sa asa mo na?
Shopee.
Then, exercise 6.
Magnifying glass. Balik naman sa tubok. Lagi ang tubok dahil lang sa tubok. Naasin niya eh. Wala ko, walis ah. Sino ba? Ano ba? Hindi na.
So, so we will, our exercise is all about the classification of synthetic insecticides. So the classifications, so the main synthetic groups are fluorinated hydrocarbons, organic phosphates or organophosphorus, carbamates, and pyrethroids. Newer generation insecticides include neonicotinoids, fipronil, and flubendiamide. So these are the description. Maybe Dr. Bass has already been discussing the different groups of insecticides. So let's proceed to the learning outcomes. At the end of the exercise, the student should be able to first is familiarize with different classes of insecticides. Second, learn the characteristics of different classes of insecticides. And third, know the newer generation of insecticides. So materials, insecticides of different class types, those derived from database. From online database. So the procedure, secure insecticides which represent the different classes. If it could not be done, you can take photo of the products in the aggregate supply or simply browse in the internet. Second, visit the FPA or the Fertilizer and Pesticide Authority website. They are the agency that able to regulate the distribution of the pesticides in the country. Third is enumerate the different trade names of each of the groups of insecticides available listed by FPA in the country. Fourth is compare the different mode of action and their toxicity. So the questions to be answered. First, what are the most common insecticides available in the market? Second, which insecticides do you think mostly preferred by farmers? The same as question in exercise 5. And the third, what are the advantages and disadvantages of each of the classes of
Buos na
insecticides?
nasa sila.
Exercise 6. So do you have any questions? Any request or any suggestion on improvement of the lab exercise or any modification that you wanted so that our exercise will be doable
Excuse ma'am,
or easily being
napipangutana ma'am.
conducted? Asa man?
Kanang
Asa man?
about sa procedure ma'am ba, himo sa scientific report. Amo pa wala siyang i-rewrite ma'am or i-rephrase into mga
Yes.
past tense or kana na siya gyud amo i-copy paste largo.
How dili past tense gyapon?
Ah, okay.
Especially the materials and methods?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am.
Yes. Okay, thank you. We already agreed that, is it okay, February 25 man kaha? Deadline?
Sa uban class, ma'am, unsay lapan,
25
ma'am.
man ta na?
Deadline.
25. The deadline.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Sige lang kayo, mag-meeting man po next week. So, if you have any clarifications for the submission of the procedure of the exercise, basin mako na nato, matakol na nato the next meeting. Okay?
Ano yung topic next meeting, ma'am? Ano sa pa i-discuss next meeting?
Clarification na lang siguro sa procedure, sa methodology, kung sa mga gani.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Pero kung klaro na ninyo ang procedure, so you can get it on your own na, so no need na sa attend sa Google Meet. Pero if no further announcement, I will post it on the group chat. Moto nga, naghatag na mo sa inyong mga FB name so that I can invite you in our group chat. Apil po niyang mga kanang mga students nga nag-modular.
Ano siya to, ma'am? Shopee,
Nabutan na
ma'am.
ninyo yung names din, he? Sa chat, sa ba? Sa chat box.
Ay, wala pa ma'am.
Ay, wala pa, ma'am.
Okay. Basta nga, magkuha na lang ko kanang mag-send. Invite ko ninyo sa chat para nga all of my announcement, i-post na ko dito sa group chat. If you have concerns pod, you can send to us through the group chat na lang.
Ma'am, napakoy concern ma'am.
Okay? Unsa man?
Katang ang nag-send na ko og link sa laboratory ma'am ba kay duha. Ganina 1 to 4 nya karon 4 to 7 ikaw. So asa may tinuod ani ma'am, asa man ko na enroll ani?
Unsa man lang yung original na schedule? 4 to 7 na yung original schedule, no?
Oh, 4 to 7 ma'am. Gisundan mo ko 1 to 4 ganina. Lisod sa go.
Ah, okay. So, Mayo. 4 to 7 gid ka?
Ah, yes ma'am. Ah, 4 to 7 yung go. Ngani, gid ko di na ko musunod.
4 to 7.
Okay.
Oo. Actually, na po ko yun. Nakahimo na ko group chat adtong last nga previous na ako nga class. So, karon maghimo ka po group chat nga included ka sa paan ka karon nga schedule.
Ah, sige, sige ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Wala, thank you so much. So, any questions or paan pa? Clarifications? Wala na?
Wala na, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, class dismissed. Salamat. Thank you for giving your ample, allotting your time for this class. Thank you. Good afternoon and happy
Thank you,
New Year.
thank you,
See you
ma'am.
next week.
Bye, ma'am.
See you next week. Goodbye.
Si Mana na karon ko no. Atong tanong. Pulis. Sa Domingo mo ka kay picturean daw ta ba? Ay ito.
Hindi ko ikala.
Ha?
Hindi ko ikala.
Yung mga ipas nila dito. Libre rata nila sa ID. Sino ka bayro?
Apa yung mga sponsor sa ako? Sudah siya, manday po rin.
Kaya ba sa pareho ko lang ano?
Ang galing mga bulsa, kadaghan.
Cellphone ra anya print na ang sa printer. Tingnan ba ana?
Pero, daghan ta.
Kaya katulong din daghan pa ay.
Kaling pa hindi ka na tayo.
Ya, oh.
Mapagilip na lang.
White. Dalaw sila din ang bayad ato.
Libre to. Excited lang to sila. Oh, hindi ko na una. Kaya, may sunod. Na, magkita tayo masunod. Gawa man. Dito.
Ano to pa? Ang tuon.
Ano yung sabon ko sa kuwan? Ano? Estudyante na imo ulit. Ano susama na yung kanya ba? Kaon.
Hindi, kinasugba mo sila. Ito, patabang mo dito. Oo, kasi hindi.
Ano mo hindi?
Ano na?
Trapong na yung hatag na ito dalhin.
Ano may ito na po, anak?
Mga tissue.
Ay mo ang buwan.
Ayun.
Ay mo ang ulo tissue.
Dari sa
Ah,
mga napkin ba? Aw. Isu paper ba? Aw.
wipes.
Wipes. Oh.
Teka, ang siya hugaw mayroong eyeglass. Oo, lipi-lipi.
Lagi ko na kaya. Amo itong may baka ni siya nga. May gano'n na gano'n. Inaano ko sa kanya, di ganun na maayong ka ng-alcohol.
Hindi alcohol, eh na.
Mura, pero di gano'n. Alcohol.
Hindi na may lipihan din alcohol ang eyeglass.
Di gano'n gano'n. Sino dito. Ano mo kuning kuwan? Magmask ko ba? Magmask?
Ari, hungaw.
Ini ginawa. Puti rin ginawa na eh. Pastilan. No, ina, hindi magmask eh. Huwag may sagaban.
Abi ako kuha na kang inden, kukuha sila sa'yo. Hindi nga to.
Dito ko sa fan.
Kaya wala danig si Bia daw.
Di ako dito. Deliver ko kinsip. Pa-deliver sila.
Sige.
Hindi ko mahilig. Napamang ano. Napamay ko. Sa? Pangyahatay.
Ah, tuloy eskwelahan.
Hindi nga dito ko balin sa ganina. Kaya nagkuha akong kwarta. Palindaan ko.
Then,
Ano ba yun?
mo rin siya, no?
Lakaw. O na. Palaya siya ang papa.
Asa siya?
Ilo-ilo.
Nang imo mabaligya diha.
Diha. Nakukuha pa. Na may tao yan. May chat naman to. Sige mag-uwan. Kuha na ako.
Ang nasa gibilan.
Hmm.
Ipakuha lang. Walay kwarta.
Wala.
Ang palayas mo siya. Classmate ulit mo daw?
Hindi, may pasus mo lang. Mahod ba lang ako?
Ang palayas mo siya.
Hindi. Ang trabaho ko. Seryoso. Kita mo ko sa mga post-post na.
Ilo-ilo siya. Napila mo may tagaan sa imo.
Ano ba to? Busmero pa to yung ganyan. Rang ko na hanap ko sa karibo. May naman.
Kapalibo.
Katunga ba? Katunga.
Ang una rin si Buha. Si Buha na.
Ikaw ko sa Cebuana. So, Cebuana ito na kay kapoy pila sa
Kalawa.
palawan. Taas kay pila. Kaya siya, bitang kapoy sa pila sa palawan. May, sa, kano, Cebuana lang, kaya meron tao ba?
Isa sa umbok.
Pero kung magpalawan ka, ngayon ka sa pan. Kapag sa may city hall ng Palawan ba? Kaya wala kay tao. Kasi sa may land bank ba? Wala rindig. Bangko ba? Mga bangko.
Ano bang bago?
Anong building nga? Parang may gilyabak sa mga. May beef. Dapat. Baha sa later.
Amo ito po ang tulay nga naputol na. Tulay nga po. Ay, ayun na igawas na ha.
Dahil sa later baha.
Simbahan ni Basta ko bandong, ingon si Inday.
Ayaw mo daw? Hinudangan.
Oo.
Hinudangan na? Oo. Kung mga, nag-post mo sila nga. Baha sa ila. Baha.
Isulahan dahil siya pa nag-deliver, Ma'am Ivy, deliver o headset.
Sugod.
Dinahili ba?
St. Bernard. Apil ka ni St. Bernardo. Sugod. Wala lang, hindi na Hinunangan, Sugod. St. Bernard, Silago. Yung mga baharang sige na lugar sa dyan.
Ito lang atong giyagi ah.
Di tanan.
Pagsangaan ka.
Kaya sa ato.
Intigian.
Kana magbaha ng gitigian, ako nang gaya ng tubig, itag sarama diha.
Paayaw, igawas na yung sinilas ha. Mabasa na po na. Marami mo klase?
Oo, ako na.
Ha? 4 to 7 mo to.
Padawa to siya daw, extra. Oo, kung sa online na yun, wag klaro lagi.
Umanda yun.
Igor magbuhat ng buhatonan ba? May problema may mga buhatonan. Unya sila sila. Sige, magkapas to sad. Balag go di na kayo kasabot mo sa kay pas lang. Wala na problema sa ano sistema.
Spray na rin pa. Lagong batiis. Dahil ano na. Wala naman nagbatiis manok. Yung bisog. Spray na ka na. Wala yun ako na ukbadihan. Ano yun lang ka? Di rin naman siya. Di rin naman yung spray namin. Di rin naman. Nga diha, anong haligid diha. Opo. Hindi ako kayo muna yung kailangan siya mahalong Abril. Lord. Gawas ay wala ko sweatshirt.
Naibag-og kuhan sila. Kuhan dito, eskwelahan. Xerox machine. Sila dito, senior high, naila dito. Oh, well, kuhan yun, pang Xerox niya. Kuhan yun ang lugo-lugo. Pero mas na ko itong nasa office. Oh, ba't pareho siguro ito, may patong na ito sa office. Gitong-tong na ito sa office, ano? Gitong-tong. Di ba, patong lamisa ba? Mau lagi ito, hindi lagi. Pati ang kolon.
Ay, ipaso.
Gini nari ba? Gimay din ikaw, nari. Oh, sorry ah. Oh, ibig sabihin dahil, dunit. Income ka pamilya. Bago na? Oo na. Ano ako kilay. So, sa kasigundo, mga tulong kabok. Ang ilugwa.
Tulong sa segundo.
Ito ka man. Ano?
Kamoy kinjutsu amatsu.
Beli sa ako ba na pagpanang kapag off kamahadlo ko. Di na nagdakap-dakap ay kaya mga nagka.
Daw. Ano ba dyan? Ubus lang ba? Nagkakatay na nga naman.
Okay, gamitin man niya.
Busa sa daan.
Gumot mo nila.
Ibalik sa to. Kung ba nagsubas na sa akin, diba?
Ito na, mga ano ba?
Pagkatuloy ako kay
Kutan na ba, mga ano ba?
Hindi ko.
Ayaw.
Ay nako. Sing teknik din sa dancer. Jar fotografi sana. Asa sudah sa Malaysia? Asa dekat tu? Sudah.
Kumator pa.
Hinza.
Ako ba?
Asa man ni?
Ay, ko na kayo. Ko na. Ay, baba.
Asa gani?
Ay, gas na. tu, tu.